Hi everybody, welcome to Board on the Floor. My name is Chris, and today we are going to do a solo playthrough for Quests and Cannons, The Risen Islands. This is a game developed by Eric and Shannon Geller and published by Short Hop Games, and it's currently on Kickstarter, so there's still quite a few days left for you to go over there and pledge if you're interested. I've already done a video explaining the rules and how to set up the game for solo. It's very similar for the multiplayer game as well, and if you take a look at the rule book, there are different ways to set up this map according to the type of game you want to play, but this is how we're going to set it up for solo. It's the 2 versus 2 versus 2 layout. I already have the game board set up. The enemies are already on the board where they're meant to be. I had already flipped map clue cards to place them, just to kind of go through the process in a bit of a quicker way. And so because I'm still playing with Karis Thornfur, their main mission is to gather 6 map clues and return them back to the kingdom. So that's how they'll complete their mission. It's going to help me get a lot of prosperity points. One thing I have to pay attention to is if my ship is sunk while I'm moving around the board, I will lose any map clues that I've actually completed. So it makes sense to play it safe, to try and avoid some enemies, because Karis isn't very strong. They only have 1 cannon and a max of 2 cannons. So they're not really designed for combat. They are designed more for exploration. And so focusing on the map clues is going to be how I'm going to complete my quest. So I have my first map clue. It's going to lead me to Conch Atoll to discover what's going on there. And so thankfully the enemies are kind of more on that side of the board, so I kind of could skirt around the edge and make my way there safely, hopefully. Let's see how it goes, but on my first turn, I'm going to spend an action point and a sail to go through 2 spaces of clear water. My sail allows me that additional move in my current movement, so that's why I was able to do that. Same thing for the next action point. I'll spend a sail, and that'll allow me 2 movement points, which means I could go into this stormy sea. And then on my third point, I'm really just going to keep moving into that clear water, and that'll be my first round. Not much happened, it was mostly just moving. We go down to round 14, reset the action points and refresh my sails. And now I'm going to keep moving, trying to get to Conch Atoll to complete my first map clue. I'll have to spend 2 movement points again to go into Stormy Seas, and then 1 movement point into Treacherous Sea. And now that I'm in Treacherous Sea, I get to roll my Traveler die and see if I make it through. I got a 2, which means I failed. So that means 1 damage, but I do get to store my Traveler's die on my player board in that +1 section. And what that means is on the next roll, if I get a 3, well, I could add 1 to it to make it a 4 and make it a success. And so on my last action point, I'm going to move to Conch Atoll, figure out what we have here. Ooh, and we have gems. So gems are kind of rare, so it's good to know that the first place we landed, we have gems there. And I will get my first quest card, which is the Artisans Guild. With expeditions leaving for the islands daily, guild members are working to provide them with equipment, but supplies are running low. So my objective is to deliver metal and canvas to either Windshear Retreat or Scrollbound Librarium. Windshear Retreat is right next to me, but Scrollbound Librarium is a bit further away. And my reward will be 2 prosperity, 1 loot, and 2 coins. I place my quest here. That ends up being the end of the round. If I wanted to gather some gems, that would cost an action point. And if I wanted to complete my map clue, that would also cost an action point. So at this point, I'll just have to reset everything and go down 1 more round and start my turn again. So now that I'm at an island, I am gonna spend an action to just fill my supply with gems, just in case I need them. Because the thing about your supply is whatever resource you put in there, you could always replace as you move along. So just having them in there for now is good in case I do need them. Maybe my next quest will end up being something that requires gems. So since they are rare, it's better to just put them into storage for now. And as my next action point, I'm going to complete my first map clue. Ooh, one thing I forgot to do too, because I discovered an island, I got a coin. And now I'm going to spend that coin for my map clue. And I'm going to gain 1, should I gain 1 prosperity or 1 loot? Maybe since it's early on in the game, I'm gonna actually take a loot to see if I can start to upgrade my ship. But I actually just got Bag of Fog, one-time use. Use anytime. Rival ships cannot fire cannons at you until your next turn. Well, that might be useful. And I get another map clue card, so I'm gonna put my completed map clues over here and grab another one to see where I'm headed next. Triton's Trumpet. Ooh, up here. Not bad. Clear water all the way along there, so that should be pretty easy. And I do have my 2 sails left, so I'm going to spend my last action point and my 2 sails to do 3 moves. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of this round. We are down to 12. I will refresh everything, get back my action points. And now as we get closer to round 10, at round 10 something is gonna happen that's gonna make the game a bit more challenging. But for now, since there's some smooth sailing, let's take advantage of it. So we're gonna spend 1 more action point and 1 sail to get to Triton's Trumpet, and we will get our coin for discovering this island and see what resources they have. They also have gems. Okay. And since I do have some action points left, I will complete my map clue, which will cost me a coin. And I will go on this, should I take another loot card or get a prosperity? Let's start putting up our prosperity. So completing map clues, completing quests, and completing our main mission is how we're gonna get enough prosperity to win the game. But for now, I'm going on my map clue journey. And so I gained the prosperity, I completed this, and I get another map clue. And here we gotta go to Birdie Cove. There's an enemy ship on Birdie Cove, so I might hold out on that for right now. And maybe I'll do a bit more exploration to see if I could start upgrading my ship to be a bit stronger. So I think if I increase my cargo and I got another sail and of course another cannon, it might be smarter as I start moving along, because then I could do more each turn. So I have 1 action point and a sail left. So let's just start moving back in the other direction. 1, 2, and I'm gonna hit this up in the next turn. We're still safe. Let's refresh everything and move down to round 11. And now on our next turn, we're just gonna spend 1 action point to uncover Stragorn Reef. Some lumber, excellent. Get my coin. At Triton's Trumpet, I also was supposed to get a quest, which I forgot. This is a heavy quest. It's got the dark blue background, that's how you can tell. Chamber of Songs and Soul, the archmaestros have convened at the librarium to sing of the coming age, but they still need gems and incense to hone their voices and fine metal strings to carry them. So this objective, I need 3 resources, and I only have 2 spots in my cargo hold, so I might not be able to complete this unless I upgrade my cargo hold. But I have to bring gems, spice, and metal to Scroll-Bound Librarium. Then I get 5 prosperity, 1 loot, and 5 coins. That's quite a good quest. Now at the new island, I get another quest. Rite of Passage. Raiders have been attacking the shipping lanes, making it hard to get through, so the Merchants Guild is hiring private ships to make the deliveries. Spice and Canvas to Boulder Point Stronghold, and Scroll-Bound Librarium. So here and here. 2 prosperity, 1 loot, 3 coins. Now I have 3 quests. That's the maximum I could have in my hand at one time. If I get another one when I land on a different island, I could swap it out and put it in a discard pile, so that I can cycle through these cards. I don't only have to keep 3 and then never get another one. And of course, if I complete them, then that's no problem. Should I gather some lumber? Because if I take lumber to Windshear Retreat, I could upgrade my ship. And where Birdie Cove is over there. Making my way. I guess I could stop on a trading post. That would be a safe spot, even though it's right in the middle of all these enemy ships. But if I do go to Birdie Cove right now, there is an enemy there. So if I wait till round number 10, they may move off of that spot, which would be nice. So maybe I should Should I get lumber and then move? I will have enough action points to make it through that stormy sea to the trading post. So should I keep the gems or switch over to the lumber? You know what? I'm going to use an action point, and I am going to get rid of my gems for now and just get some lumber so that I could upgrade my cargo holds when I hit an outpost. And then I'm going to spend an action point and my 2 sails, which gives me 3 movement points to do 1, 2 into stormy seas, and then the next one into the trading post. Because I end my turn on the trading post, I'm actually safe from enemies even though I'm 2 spaces away. And so we go down to round 10, and now at round number 10, we go back to our map clue cards. We flip 1 out for each enemy, and they start traveling around the board. And so here we go to Albatross Neck. Albatross Neck, which is over here. Nautilus Shores, which is this person. Oh, no, this is wrong. They went there. Nautilus Shores, just right here. Ooh. And then Lotus Gulf, all the way over here. Not bad. So thankfully our island no longer has an enemy on it, but we're still kind of in the middle of some enemy ships. And if our next move, let's say into this treacherous sea, gives us a bad roll, we may end up getting stuck somewhere where we get attacked. But let's hope for the best, reset everything, and we'll keep moving along. So the next move, I'm trying to get here. So I am going to spend an action point to go into this treacherous sea. And let's roll and see. Got a 6, which is great, which means I succeed. So I get spit out into stormy water, and it doesn't cost me those 2 movement points, which is pretty great. And then I'm just going to spend 1 more to get to Birdie Cove, uncover that we have spice here, which is awesome. And then I'm going to get my 1 coin, and I'll spend that coin and 1 more action point to complete this map clue, get a prosperity, and get a new map clue. Dahlia's Demise. Right back over here. Not bad. And so I'm going to keep my lumber. I'm not going to get any spice right now because I want to go to an outpost, upgrade my ship. Though spice and canvas will give me some loot. If I complete a quest, I get a bit more money and some prosperity. Should I get spice? Because maybe Dahlia's Demise will have canvas. Yeah, the worst part is when you end up spending those action points to fill up your cargo hold, only to decide to kind of switch it up and change your strategy as you're moving along. So you kind of waste those action points. Let's put these guys back too. All right, so I reset everything and gone down to round number 9. We are going to make our way over here to Dahlia's Demise and continue along with our map clues. Now, as I gather more map clues and I get closer to being attacked, it could start to be a little dangerous because if I sink, I'll lose them all. So I guess sometimes it does make sense to just head back home and try and return some of those clues and share them with my kingdom so that I don't lose them. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to make my way to Dahlia's Demise. Though, should I get some spice? You know what? I am going to get some spice. So I'm going to spend an action point. Replace just 1 lumber with spice for now. And then spend my next action point. I'm going to spend that and 2 of my sails just to come to Eagle's Landing. Let's see if this is gonna be a smart move. And I will discover what they have, which is also spice. Not very helpful right now. I get my 1 coin. And then on my next move, I'm gonna spend 1, head into treacherous seas, and cross my fingers that I succeed in this roll so I can move to safe water, because if not, I'll be stuck there and I'm gonna be attacked. So that was a 3. I do get to store it and have a +1 on my next roll, but because I failed, I get 1 damage, and that's the end of my turn, which means that this baddie is gonna make its way straight for me and attack, because I am 2 spaces away. And so that is Bothoth, I think. Yeah, that's Bothoth Dreamseer, and they get to roll 2 dice to launch 2 cannons at me. And let's see. They got 5, which means I only get 1 damage, because it's every 4 pips equals 1 damage. So I currently have 3 damage on my ship. I'm sitting in the same water as an enemy, and I get to reset everything and do my best to run away. Should I attack them once? I only have 1 cannon currently, but if I spend an action point and attack them, I will get a prosperity. There's no way I would sink them because they have 5 health. The most damage I can do with 1 die is 1 damage, because the most I could get on 1 die is 4. So it might not be smart right now, so instead I think I'm gonna spend that action point, move to Dahlia's Demise, see what they have here, and it is metal. Spice and metal. No, metal and canvas is the only other quest I have. So I'm gonna get my coin, though I'm gonna use it right away to complete my map clue. Get 1 more prosperity. Wait a second. I could have used my bag of fog maybe to stop the enemy from attacking me, but I'll save it for more dangerous times. And I'll just complete my map clue, get a prosperity. So I did do that. And get a new map clue, which is going to leave me to Nautilus Shores, which is right over there, not too far away. But to be safe right now, I'm going to spend an action point and 1 of my sails to move 2 into this outpost. So now that I'm at my outpost, I could actually perform some free actions, such as upgrade my cargo hold. I have 1 lumber. So with a lumber and 3 coins, which I will return to the supply, I can upgrade my cargo hold. So now I could hold 3 items. I could also repair 1 damage, but I don't have enough coins, but I could sell this loot cart for 3 coins, which I actually might do, just to, because I don't know if I'm really gonna need it. So I'll get the 3 coins and then spend the 3 coins to repair 1 damage. I think that's what where I'm gonna stop for now, because I am safe. And so I forgot to move up around in the last turn. And I will reset everything. Move up to round number 7. Take a look at where I can go. I've completed 4 map clues, which is pretty good. And my next one is Nautilus Shores, which is almost in the middle. So maybe I could get there and to a trading post so nothing will attack me. And start making my way back to the home base. Because if I do come back with my 6 map clues, I will also get an additional 6 prosperity points, which will get me closer to my final goal. And then I could probably just complete a quest, and that'll push me over the edge and help me win. So I think I am going to start moving back towards Nautilus Shores now, which is in the middle of the board. So we've reset, we went down around. So what's the safest way around this baddie? I could spend 1 action point and my 2 sails to move 1, 2, 3 to a trading post, so I'm safe in a trading post. All right, then I could spend, you know what, to be safe, I'm gonna spend 2 action points for 2 more movements so I could end at King's Helmet, because that is far enough away from all of my enemies, and I'll just get my coin, see what's going on there. There's metal, and I'll just end on that island, even though that's not where I want to go right now, just because it's going to be safe. I haven't discovered any canvas yet, which is a shame because I wanted to upgrade one of my sails. But for now, we're going to reset everything again. We're going to move down to round number 6. And with 1 turn, head up to Nautilus Shores. More gems. Wow. The rarest resources are spices and gems, but somehow I just happen to hit all the places that have both of those pretty much. I got my coin. I'm going to spend an action to complete this map clue, get a prosperity, and get 1 more map clue. Now if I complete this map clue, that gives me my 6. Albatross Neck, which is where this guy is. And so I have 1 action left, but I have some sails. And next is round number 5, which means everything is going to move. So maybe to be safe, I'm going to go to a trading post. 1 action point and 1 sail allows me to go 1, 2. And so I'll stay safely there. I'll reset everything, move down to round number 5, and we're going to go back to our map clue deck to see where our enemies are sailing to. Lyra Lorcan, you are here, and you are going to King's Helmet. Ooh, right next to me. And then Condor's Flight for Bothoth. Condor's Flight. Ooh, between me and my kingdom. And then we have Quaith Sherbill. And Quaith Sherbill is going to Paradise Enclave. Ooh, look at that. Clever, clever baddies getting in my way to heading back home. But I can now go to Albatross Neck and finish that map clue. 1, 2, treacherous sea. Let's go. 1, 2. Actually, I need to spend 3, sorry. I confused my ship with the baddie ship. But if I move through there, they will attack me. I have to go around it. It's gonna cost a lot. So 1, 2, 3. Oof. I'm gonna take another chance. 1 and 2 action points to go 1, 2 into treacherous sea. And if it spits me out, I will move up here into this stormy sea just to get away from them again. But I have that +1 bonus, so let's see. Let's see if it works. Got a 5, so it worked. I'm gonna be spit out up here. Now I'm safe, I have no more action points. We're gonna go down a round, refresh everything. And now with 1 point, move to Albatross Neck. See what we have here. Finally some canvas. Spice and canvas. I can complete that quest, though it's all the way back there. For 2 prosperity. I'm gonna get 1 more. But I can't do both of those because I'm still in dangerous territory. First thing I'm going to do is complete my, I got my coin for uncovering it. I'm gonna complete my map clue. So I'll put that coin back, give this, get one more clue, though I don't really have to do it. And my prosperity. Condor's flight, it is over here. There's an enemy there. So I have, oh, I do have some sails left. I'm gonna go to the outpost. Spend an action point, my 2 sails, gives me 3. 1, 2, 3, so I'm safe at the outpost. While I'm here, I don't have the types of resources that will help me. Right now I just have some spice. So I'm just gonna play it safe and stay there for the night and avoid some enemies. I'll refresh. And then I'm going to go down a round. And let's see if I could quickly make it back to my kingdom. I could go to any of these 3 spots in my kingdom because in the solo game, I don't have to go back to the actual starting place. I have this whole territory that's mine. So I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement points. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement points, and I've made it back home. So that means I could actually return my 6 map clues to my kingdom, which will give me 6 prosperity points. So now I'm at 11. These could just be put anywhere. And so I just need 4 more prosperity points to win. I have, well, I'm now down to round number 2. So what can I do to get some prosperity? I need to be able to complete some quests. So spice and canvas to scrollbound or boulder point. Metal and canvas, I don't have either of those. The closest metal is all the way up there. And then I haven't been grabbing quest cards, which is a problem. I forgot to do that. So, how many quest cards should I have gotten? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just got 3. I haven't completed any. So, let's just grab 1. Canvas and gems. It's a scroll bound. Not interested in that. I forgot to grab quite a few quest cards as I've been moving around. I only ended up collecting my coin and completing my map clue, but I hit 8 islands and uncovered them, and now I have 3 quests. I just pulled in a 4th, so I should have gone through another 4 quest cards that I could have cycled through. And right now, in order to probably get enough prosperity points, I need 4 more prosperity points to hit 15. The only way to do that is to complete quests or to do some combat. But I'd have to enter 4 combat, attack 4 times, and successfully attack, and actually do some damage to gain a prosperity point each time. I don't think I'm going to do that. I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to complete any of these quests in front of me, because the one I would need, let's say spice and canvas, I do have some spice. I have to make it all the way over here to Boulder Point, and I only have 1 round left, or I guess 2 rounds left. I don't think it's enough. And everything is in enemy territory. Let's grab 1 more quest card and see if we can swap it out. Canvas and 3 coins to any outpost for 1 prosperity. I will take this and trade it with this one. 1 more. Spice and lumber to Boulder Point. That could be pretty good. So let's switch this one out here, though it's only going to give me 2 prosperity points. Well, let's see how we do with that. So in total, did I get the right amount? I got 6 quests. I should get 2 more. Metal and canvas, I'm not going to use that. Lumber and gems, not going to use that either, which is a shame. But let's see if I can complete 2 of these quests. I could win, but it's probably impossible. So we'll reset and refresh our sails. And I'm going to just see what I can do. I'm going to move 1 action point here, get my coin, uncover canvas. and a quest. We'll do it right for once. Canvas and spice to wind shear retreat, which is here for 3 prosperity. That's great. So I'm going to swap out that one. Use an action point to get, what did I say, spice? Pick up some canvas. And then 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough. To get through to the outpost without being attacked. But I won't get sunk. Let's take the chance. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now this enemy is going to head right for me and attack. And that is here. 6. So they only do 1 damage. I refresh everything. Go down to the last round. And I think I just have to complete the prosperity. I don't have to make it back to my kingdom. So I'm going to move 1 action point here. And as a free action, complete the quest, which was to bring spice and canvas to spice and canvas to wind shear retreat. And so I get 3 coin, 1 loot. So I got heavy shot. A rival ship of your choice that shares a space with you takes 1 hull damage. That's great. And 3 prosperity, 1, 2, 3. So I've completed that quest. And so I just need 1 more prosperity. I have 2 action points left. I gotta get rid of these. And so, where's Condor's flight? It's all the way over there. I think I'm gonna get into a combat just to get the prosperity. Hopefully I'll do some hull damage. So I'm gonna spend 1 action point, head here, then another action point, and 1 ammo die to try and attack Quaith Sherbill. Got a 5. Got a 5, which means I did 1 damage to them. There. But with a successful damage, I get 1 prosperity. And that was my last action point of the last round. And in that moment, I've actually won the game. I completed my main mission, which was to complete 6 map clues and return it to my kingdom. So I did that, and I managed to earn 15 prosperity points. So I think that's it. I think I've won the game. To tell you the truth, I don't think I've won before. So I think this may have been the first time I've won. I've come pretty close, but once I ended up getting sunk right near the end. So I lost my 6 map clues before I made it back to the kingdom. I've often made the mistake of, or I've often taken risks in Treacherous Sea and failed on my roll and then gotten attacked. And also because Treacherous Sea damages you, I've been sunk. And if you get sunk in Treacherous Sea, you actually lose 3 prosperity. So that's pretty bad too. So one way or the other, getting sunk is not a good idea. Now, obviously I didn't do any combat really other than my last move. And depending on which character you've picked as your champion, their actual main mission may be to sink 2 enemy ships. So the other missions you may have, where mine was to gather 6 map clues, are to sink 2 enemy ships or to complete 3 heavy quests. And the 3 heavy quests are the ones that have the dark blue background. But the champions that have those missions have different stats. So therefore, achieving those goals will be easier. So if your goal is to sink 2 ships, you'll probably be allowed to have more cannons, because my character could only have a max of 2 cannons. I never really upgraded my cannons. I just upgraded my cargo hold, though I didn't really need that in the end. But it was something that I just did to do it. Probably if you're going and gathering map clues, having more sails might have been the better approach, but I wasn't able to find any canvas before I made it to an outpost. Every island I went to, it was mostly gems, spice, and then some lumber. So to upgrade sails, I would have needed canvas. To upgrade the cannons, I would have needed metal. But because I'm just mostly exploring, I think the cannons aren't too important for this character. But that was a pretty quick game. I think it only lasted, it's been about 45 minutes. I made a few mistakes as I went along. I forgot to grab those quest cards as I was hitting the islands, and so at the end I kind of like cycled through them. And I managed to find one quest that was extremely helpful right at the end because it gave me 3 prosperity points. But if I wouldn't have done that, I would have ended up losing the game. Now, of course, losing the game isn't so catastrophic. You just don't achieve the number of prosperity points that you were supposed to. And it's easy enough to quickly reset it and go at it again. And because the game's pretty fast, you could get through a few of them. And the more you play it, the more you'll start to understand ways to make it around the board without dying, so without getting sunk. You can't really die if you're sunk, you just kind of reset at your kingdom, though you lose coins, you lose everything in your cargo, and you lose your map clues. The map clues you've completed. I think the most challenging game you could play for solo is one where your champion is required to sink 2 enemy ships, because once you sink an enemy ship, what happens is the enemies actually get stronger. So they start off with 2 cannons, but each time you sink an enemy, they all get 1 more cannon, which means that it increases the area around them where they could actually go for you and attack you. And each time they attack, they'll also now roll 3 ammo dice. And then if you sink your second one, then they'll all max out with 4 cannons. And at that point, it's going to be a lot more challenging. So when you attack an enemy and you successfully damage them, you get 1 prosperity. And if you sink an enemy, you get 3 prosperity. So if that's your mission, that's how you actually gather your prosperity points and go around. But like I said, I think that would end up being the most challenging one. I'm going to give that a go before I end up having to return this prototype. Just to see how difficult it would actually be. Because I actually found this mission of gathering the map clues isn't difficult until the enemies start moving around the board, because they could potentially land right on top of you. I was very lucky. I took a bit of damage and I managed to repair 1, so I wouldn't have gotten sunk either way. But near the end, it got pretty, I don't want to say tense because it wasn't that tense, but I got pretty close to possibly failing in achieving all of my prosperity points, and I just lucked into a good quest that I happened to have the cargo for. And it was luck. I didn't plan that or place a quest card there or even go through them until I found one that was good. It was pure luck. So in the end, pure luck is how I kind of completed the game and won. And I think that's how it's going to go sometimes, because as much as you create a strategy for how you want to play the game, a lot of things are going to get in your way. And also, depending on your final mission and what the goal is, it makes it more challenging. I'm sure you could even, if you wanted to right off the bat, increase the strength of the bad guys in the solo game by giving them 3 cannons. You could do what you want, really, when it comes down to it in regards to the rules. You could have your own house rules with any game you play. In my last video with the setup, I had mentioned that all of the components in the prototype were wood, but they're actually chipboard, very thick chipboard. So it's not wood, but it's not wood really when you think about it. But for solo, this is pretty much what you have to expect with quests and cannons, the Risen Islands. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I may have made a couple mistakes, so just let me know about that. I know I forgot the quest card, so don't mention that one. I'm already aware of that. But if you're interested in the Kickstarter, there's also a link in the description that'll lead you straight there. And for now, I'm just gonna say so long. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.